Hello everyone. Welcome to our session on Student Presentations Online, Tools and Strategies. Our presentation today will be approximately 30 minutes long and will be followed by a 15-minute question and answer session. We are recording the session to allow you to watch it again if you want to. The recording will be posted on our YouTube page, and it will also be linked to our Keep Teaching Workshops page. To access the recordings, navigate to the Workshops page and then click Workshop Recordings to see the list of available workshops. Workshop recordings will be closed caption for accessibility. We will begin exploring tools and strategies for online student presentations in just a moment. First, I will review how to navigate our Collaborate session just in case anyone is new to the tool. Let's do a check of the audio right now. If you can hear me, please raise your hand. To raise your hand, click on the hand icon on the bottom of the Collaborate session. If you cannot hear me, please check your equipment. Okay, everyone can hear me. That's awesome. Thank you very much. And you can lower your hands now. Thank you. There is also a dial-in function using an anonymous dial-in number with a PIN in case you lose connection throughout the session. And this dial-in function is also available when using Collaborate with your students. Let's take a moment to go through the Blackboard Collaborate panel. On the bottom right corner of your screen, you'll see a gear. If you click on the gear, that's how you set up your microphone and camera. Also on that menu, there's an icon that looks like two people. And if you click on that, then you can expand that menu and it'll show you all the participants in the session. When you're teaching, you would be able to see all the students that are logged into your session. The box on the bottom of the screen, when you click on the little bubble that looks like a conversation bubble, a box will appear. You can type text in that box and click the enter button on your computer. Then your text will populate for the rest of the people in the class to see. You can also share individual text with people in the class. Now let's get started on the topic for the day. Today our focus will be on student presentations online, tools and strategies. Presentations are a great way for students to demonstrate their understanding of concepts covered in your course. There are a wide variety of tools that will help you facilitate student presentations online. In this workshop, we will share an overview of some tools and strategies for student presentations online. My name is Yvonne Johnson. I'm the Multimodal Teaching Coordinator in the Faculty Development and Instructional Design Center, and I will be your presenter for this session. If you have questions during the session, please hold them until the presentation concludes, and we will have a question and answer session at the end of this workshop today. To get us started, let's share some introductions. Please answer the questions in the text chat, or if you want to, we have a small session today, and we'll want you to mostly keep your microphones off, but if you want to try engaging with that, what you can do is click on your microphone, but but first raise your hand if you want to share something using your microphone. So your options are you could use the text chat or the microphone after raising your hand. And you would answer the questions of what department or university are you representing? Where are you joining us from? Are you at home? Are you in a different office? And how do you plan to use student presentations in your online courses? I'll take a moment to give you the opportunity to share your answers in the text chat, and then we'll know who's online and the purposes that they're considering for using presentations. Arlene is from the ETRA department, and you're at your home. You're teaching 2 classes that both will use presentations as their final project. Okay, great. Thank you, Arlene, for sharing that. I'm a proud alum of the ETRA department as well, just as a side note. Patrick is from Leadership, Educational Psychology and Foundations in College of Ed. You're joining from home. Teach both undergraduate and graduate courses online, and hoping to build in courses and online presentations in these courses. Okay, great. We'll talk about some different tools for you to use those today. Okay, and we have Christine from Special Education Early Childhood joining from home, and your students are presenting a group project about articles at play. Okay, great. So you can see we have people from different disciplines on campus, and thinking about different ways that you can incorporate presentations that your students will share in the course. And we have Malimu from World Languages, okay, your teaching assistant, and you have student presentation activities. Great. So we'll be talking about different tools and tips. Thank you all for sharing those, your introductions, your departments, and how you plan to use the student presentations in your courses. During this session, we will discuss why you might have students present in your online courses. We will also discuss several tools that are available for students to use when presenting in your online courses. There are many tools available for presenting in online courses. Today, we will focus on an overview of tools for which our center has resources curated in our Keep Teaching and Keep Learning sites to ensure that faculty, instructors, teaching assistants, and can get up and running as quickly as possible. I will also mention other tools that may be used for online presentations that have some support resources available on their websites. Today's session is designed to provide an overview of a range of tools and options for presenting online, rather than focusing on step-by-step instructions for how to use those various tools. After we review the tools, we'll have a question and answer session for about 15 minutes. And when I send out the follow-up email after the session, I will include links to the resources for the tools that we discuss to provide more specific information on how to use those tools. First, let's consider why you might want to have students present in your online courses. During the introductions, a number of you shared reasons for asking students to present in your online courses. And some of the reasons that you shared connect with active learning instructional techniques. Active learning is one example of a reason why you may ask students to present online. Active learning is an important pedagogical concept that helps support students' learning. When students are actively engaged in the course, they are more likely to remember the information that they are learning. Active learning also helps motivate students to continue to engage in the online course. They feel involved, they're having fun, their interest is stimulated, they're motivated to learn, and they're accomplishing tasks such as presenting their knowledge to other students and the instructor. Engagement in an online course can occur both synchronously and asynchronously. When the instructor and students are in the same online space at the same time, teaching and learning is occurring synchronously. As we are today, I'm presenting, you're in this session at the same time. It's a synchronous session. Similarly, when the instructor and students are in the course at different times, the teaching and learning are occurring asynchronously. While sharing your introductions, several of you mentioned that you plan to have students present to share their knowledge in the online learning community. Student presentations could be designed as a formative assessment to gauge students' levels of understanding while they're learning course materials. Formative assessments provide the instructor the opportunity to clarify misunderstandings and share more details or clarification while the students are learning course concepts. Presentations could also be designed as summative assessments, which are higher stakes assessments that are worth more points. Summative assessments are typically conducted at the end of a significant portion of the course, such as a midterm exam, final exam, or major course assignment. Presentations also help foster development of a learning community in an online course. For example, presentations honor students' individual voices by providing them opportunities to share their unique perspectives with the entire learning community. Presentations also help students connect with others from diverse backgrounds and different life perspectives when discussing concepts shared in their presentations. When students are presenting and discussing information, they're also constructing knowledge with their peers, which help them to consider the course concepts from different perspectives beyond their individual points of view. As I mentioned earlier, the Faculty Development and Instructional Design Center has developed and posted many resources to support faculty and students on our Keep Teaching and Keep Learning websites. Today, we will take a broad look at some of the web conferencing tools, discussion tools, video authoring, and screencasting tools. We will also look at a couple of other tools that are built into the Blackboard Learning Management System. These tools connect with resources on our main faculty development page. Lastly, we will touch on some other tools that are available on the web that students may be comfortable using to create presentations for their online courses. Web conferencing tools can be used for students to present in your online courses. Web conferencing systems include a full range of tools to support online synchronous sessions. Web conferencing sessions can be recorded and made available in your course. Recordings that are available in the course are particularly useful if students are assigned to respond to student presentations or want to review the material after the synchronous session has ended. Recordings also support students who may not have been able to attend the session or experience technical difficulties due to the current high demand on systems that are being used worldwide. The Blackboard Collaborate system is the web conferencing system that we are currently using. Students could use the Collaborate system to present to the entire class, or they could present information in a breakout room. Students can present and interact in real time and can deliver their presentation to the entire class. During the web conference, students could share audio, video, text, and whiteboards, computer screens, content, and apps. The sessions can be recorded and are available in the Blackboard course. There are several workshop recordings that explain how to use Blackboard Collaborate on our Keep Teaching website. There's also a workshop this week that addresses breakout groups in Blackboard Collaborate. That session is being hosted by Dr. Dan Cabrera at 12 noon today. If you're interested in more details about breakout groups in the Collaborate space, you could take a look at Dr. Cabrera's session today, engage in the workshop, or look at the recording. Microsoft Teams is another web conferencing tool that can be used for synchronous online presentations. Teams is integrated with the Microsoft Office suite of applications and is often used by employees to send text messages when working collaboratively on projects. There's a synchronous online web conferencing feature that could be used by students to present in the Microsoft Teams app. The desktop, when they're using this Microsoft Teams web conferencing feature, students can share audio, video, text chat, PowerPoint, and a whiteboard. The desktop can also be shared using Microsoft Teams. A range of resources to support those who want to use Microsoft Teams is also available on the Keep Teaching and Division of Information Technology websites. A couple of tips to consider when you're using web conferencing. Limit the use of video and audio if there are concerns about bandwidth, which we're doing today. I don't have the video turned on, and you all have your microphones and video not engaged at this moment, so we have a more stable connection. Communication from students can be conducted using the text chat, so there's still ways for them to communicate. Be patient. Students and faculty are all learning these new tools. Kindness, patience, and encouragement go a long way to help students feel comfortable and confident with the transition to remote teaching and learning. The dial-in option may be the only way that some students can access the web conference due to their equipment, and so consider options when you're creating assignments. Flexibility is also important to allow students to complete assignments at different times rather than requiring all students to be online synchronously, which may not be realistic due to many of the competing demands on their time and demands on web conferencing tools during this high usage period. Another way that students can present online is by using a discussion tool, such as Flipgrid. Flipgrid can foster interaction between you and your students by allowing students to record themselves in a video format. Students can then share the recording either with you alone or with the entire class. The Flipgrid tool can be a catalyst for multimedia dialogue in your online course. Some instructors have indicated that students who tended to be shy in face-to-face settings livened up in front of the camera, becoming more expressive and comfortable contributing to class discussions. An example of the impact discussion tools such as Flipgrid can have provides evidence of in educational technology course that I taught a couple of years ago. I began the course with a few options for students to share their knowledge, including typical course assignments, such as online discussion boards, written assignments, blogs, and a journal. About 4 weeks into the course, one of my colleagues mentioned a new video discussion tool. I informed the students about this new tool that was available to them to give them another option to share their discussion posts. One of the students who had been posting minimal content and minimal discussion considerations decided to try the video tool. The submissions that he uploaded using this video discussion tool were creative, engaging, fun, and addressed all requirements for the assignments. Other students in the video discussions shared by their colleague, and some of them began using the tool as well. The discussion came alive in the online course, and students' voices were amplified. It was wonderful to see the engagement and excitement emerge as the course progressed. The Flipgrid tool allows users to either record with their webcams or import a video file that they have already recorded. Video authoring tools are another option that students could use to present in an online course. Video authoring tools provide students the opportunity to record original content and quickly create their own media to present in an online course. VoiceThread is an online platform that allows you to put digital media such as images, videos, and documents at the center of an asynchronous conversation. VoiceThread allows people to contribute to discussions using a keyboard, microphone, webcam, telephone, or an uploaded audio file. With VoiceThread, students can upload their PowerPoint slides to VoiceThread and record over them. Then they would share the VoiceThread with you and their classmates asynchronously. There's no sync option for VoiceThread. To use this option for assessment, you would use VoiceThread's graded option when you're setting it up. Check the box to enable the evaluation, and then use the assignment builder to require students to create their own VoiceThread. The VoiceThread video authoring tool can help support equity, engagement in the course, and humanize the environment because students are sharing their original content and voice in the online learning community. VoiceThread also includes an auto caption feature. When you're using a tool that has an auto caption feature, keep in mind that auto captions are helpful, but they're not perfect. Be sure to review the auto captions and revise them as needed to ensure accuracy. There are a number of resources on our Keep Teaching website for VoiceThread that will walk you through how you set that up and use it in your class. And all NIU faculty and students have access to use VoiceThread. Screencasting tools are other examples of video auth platforms. Screencasting allows users to record anything on their screen with audio and a webcam to create informative and engaging software or other screen-based demonstrations that are saved as a video file. These files can be hosted in VoiceThread or another video platform and then shared in your Blackboard course. Using different types of video authoring tools is a great way to incorporate multimedia engagement in your online courses. The Screencastify and Screencast-O-Matic tools are free and are posted on our Keep Teaching website, along with links to resources that explain how to use those tools. Other tools that can be used for students to present in online courses include Blackboard Portfolio tools and the whiteboard that is available in the Blackboard Collaborate web conferencing system. Blackboard Portfolio tool provides a way for students to create an electronic portfolio that can be shared with the instructor, colleagues in a course, or others outside of the university. The portfolio can be designed to include examples of students' work on a project, in a course, in a program of study, or examples of assignments they created during their entire time at NIU. When creating Blackboard portfolios, students can include audio, video, images, and documents to represent their knowledge of course concepts. Students can also include examples of their skills and intellectual development over a period of time when designing a portfolio in Blackboard. Sharing portfolios among classmates helps students to learn how peers presented their knowledge of course content. Multimedia portfolios add interest to the presentation of students' knowledge and skills and foster engagement in online courses. Electronic portfolios also honor individual students' voices and build community in the course by allowing them to share their knowledge in unique and interactive ways while engaging with others in the learning community. Reflection assignments can be integrated with portfolio assignments to encourage students to critically think about their learning and intellectual development and to consider different perspectives of other students. Using multimedia types of can motivate students to be creative and use several different types of media to represent their knowledge. The Blackboard Portfolio tool is available to all faculty and students at NIU. The Faculty Development and Instructional Design Center site includes extensive resources and tutorials to support faculty and students who are using Blackboard portfolios in their courses. When I share the post-workshop email with each of you, I will include links to those resources. And if you'd like to set up an individual consultation with me, I'm happy to do that as well. Kaltura Capture is another tool that students can use to record presentations. They can record any material on the screen, such as PowerPoint, Word documents, software programs, and they can narrate while they're presenting. The Kaltura tool includes auto captions of the recordings. Again, be sure to review the auto captions and revise them to ensure accuracy. There are workshop recordings on our Keep Teaching website to instruct students and faculty how to use the Kaltura tool as well. There are many other tools available that students can use to present online. Students may be familiar with tools that you are not experienced using. Be flexible and consider letting students use tools that they're comfortable with. The tools can be incorporated with your online course. Remember, keep it simple and encourage the use of tools that do not require extensive equipment or resources. You may want to contact our team for advice. We're happy to help you work through those decisions that you're facing. We've discussed web conferencing, video authoring, screencasting, recordings, portfolios, and other tools that students can use to present in their online courses. During this dynamic and uncertain time we are currently experiencing, it is important that you think about synchronous sessions and conducting using web conferencing and how they're handled. For example, due to other priorities such as shelter in place, students may not be able to participate in synchronous sessions in the same way that they were able to participate in the past. As we have mentioned in other Keep Teaching workshops, it is important to be flexible, patient, kind, and open to options to support student success. There are many other options for student presentations, including Blackboard Collaborate, Microsoft Teams, Google Hangouts, and Microsoft PowerPoint. Whichever method you use, be sure to consider the resources that are available to help you and your students learn how to use the tools. Also, make sure that there are ways to make the material accessible to the class through recording. For instance, Kaltura and VoiceThread both auto-caption recordings. YouTube also offers auto-caption. As mentioned earlier, auto-caption recordings are not perfect, so keep in mind that you and your students will need to check for accuracy. If you need more information on any of these options, please contact our team. We're happy to help you. And if you have a student with an accommodation letter from the Disability Resource Center, you may contact the Disability Resource Center for support and suggestions for helping the students. You can also contact the Faculty Development and Instructional Design Center. We're very happy to help you. Many resources have been posted on our Keep Teaching website to support faculty. Check out the site for strategies you can use to support your success and student success in your remote teaching. Scenarios are included to help you think about approaches that may be appropriate for your discipline and needs. Workshop recording frequently asked questions are also available on the site. A Keep Learning site is also available to support students' transition to remote teaching and learning. Please let us know how we can help. There are several ways to connect with the Faculty Development and Instructional Design Center team for the transition to remote teaching and learning. Support is available. You can call, leave a voicemail, email, or schedule a time to meet virtually with us. We are experienced and excited to have the opportunity to support your success as well as your student success. Don't hesitate to contact us, as we have many resources that are already developed and will save you time and your students time. There's no need to recreate resources that are already available. Several students have let NIU know that they appreciate the effort that everyone is making to transition to remote teaching and learning. Their positive comments and acknowledgement are evidence that your efforts are making a difference. Job. Thank you for being calm, positive, flexible, supportive, and kind. As we all work through this unprecedented time, remember the Huskies mantra, forward together. Remember to take care of yourselves, stay hydrated, get some exercise, spend some time outside, enjoy the sunshine, take breaks, meditate, stay positive, and keep that can-do attitude. There will be ebbs and flows in your energy and your students' energy. Those cycles are to be expected. As my mom always said, this too shall pass. We are all in this together, and we are stronger together. Take a couple of deep breaths, center yourself, and know that you can do this successfully. There are many support options for you and your students. Now let's take some questions that you might have. Okay, so does anybody have questions about the different tools that we looked at today? As I said, there are many resources available for you, and we want to make sure that you have resources that will help you understand how to use those and how your students might use those. Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you, Christine. Thank you, Patrick. Yes, Christine, I see you have raised your hand. Do you have a question?
Yeah, I'm going to put my microphone on. It's just easier to do it through this way, if that's okay with you.
That's fine. Thank you.
I'm familiar with Blackboard. We use Blackboard Collaborate, and my students, we had planned before all this happened presentations.
Yes,
And is it better for them to send me the PDF of their presentation for me to load it onto our Blackboard Collaborate session, or is it easier for them to load it? I want to make it as easy as possible for everybody.
yes, that's a very good question. It's you have to have moderator rights to load files, and
Okay.
to avoid any issues, I would recommend that they send them to you, send the PDFs to you. Then you don't have to worry about anybody getting in the system and um, changing settings and things.
Right. And then when they present, do I change their status because I know they're all on as participants? And do I need to change something to make them presenters?
Yes, you can go in and change their role,
Okay.
and then they'll be able to advance the PDF. Yes. And then
All
when
right.
they're finished, just change their role back, and then they'll be participants again.
Okay. I have done it before, but I have not used with Blackboard Ultra, so I don't know if there's much change.
In the post-workshop email, I can send information on how to change the role of the people in the
Okay.
Collaborate session.
I think I just hit the three dots next to them or something, I can't
Yes.
remember, but yeah,
Let me,
it wasn't
okay.
too hard.
No, okay, so I'm looking, if you go and look at the participant list,
Mm-hmm.
then yes, so I go to three dots at the end, and then the options that come up are send a chat message, make a moderator, make a presenter. So yes, you can
Okay.
change their role, clicking on those three dots at the end of their name in the participant list, then their name will move up to the moderator panel with you, and then while they're presenting, they can advance slides. Then when they're done, just go back
Change
into
it
those.
back.
Yep, change it back, and they'll go back to the participant, because you don't want to have a bunch of moderators in there.
Right.
They could accidentally touch something, and yep.
Right.
So that's pretty simple. Yes.
Okay. And my other question would be, are there any, it's group presentations, would there be any tips that I can give my students or any references about presenting through Blackboard? I know some of them are I'm like, we'll just go with the flow and see what happens. So
Mhm.
would there be anything that I can direct them to, or even some tips for me to tell them?
Yes, we have the Keep Learning site
Okay.
is a wonderful site for students, and it's designed to help them through this whole process. So I put the link in the chat box, and some of the tips are, um, if they do have access to a hardwire connection, they might not, but if they can use an Ethernet connection, that'll make their transmission smoother. It'll be more stable.
Mm-hmm.
But none of these things, if they don't have it, that's fine. You just go with what they have. If they have a headset that is USB connected, that's a more stable connection. But if they don't have it, you can't require them to buy anything and incur any costs that weren't part of the course in the beginning. That all has to be. So tell them to.
Right. I found yesterday that my connection on my end was not very good, and I had to go and call in, and that
Yes,
helped them hear
yes,
me much better. So could that be
yes.
something that might be better for the presentations if those presenters would call in and instead of just if they don't have access to these other things, which I'm sure most people don't have that at this point?
Yes, you can provide the dial-in number, and it's good that we're all experiencing these things, because you dialed in and the transmission worked great. So give them the different options and send them to that Keep Learning site, because the information will help them there. And your perspective of being flexible, that's really important because, things may be moving along very stably, and then, something can happen. Lots of things technologically, can happen. So if you provide them different options, then they'll feel more comfortable with it. And, they're not going to be graded down for any of these glitches, that might happen. I think that, kind of providing them, just telling them you're going to be supportive and we're all learning this together would go a long way.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay, yes. Yes, Arlene, very good. Okay, Patrick, Christine, Arlene, do you have any more questions? Okay, great. Thanks, Arlene. Okay, great. Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, so I will send an email after this with some resources, and I wish you all the best of luck. Everyone is doing great with this. Just hang in there, and please contact us. We are happy to help you, and just remember, try to do some relaxing if you can, and we're all going to get through this. Thank you. All right. Have a great day. Take care. Bye.